When I first moved to Green Gully in Victoria, 150 kilometres from Melbourne, I knew I was going to need a car. A car to get me basically from the house, the 11 kilometres to the Castlemaine train station every morning and back again. So I gave myself a budget of around $2,000 and I would buy a car. I had my mind set on a Ford Escort, something maybe from the 70s, something that was probably rusty and it didn't really matter so long as it went. Driving into Castlemaine one day not long after moving to Green Gully, Willow and I were driving along the main street, and a lot of towns, there were cars on the sides of the road for sale, and one of them was a red Mini. Willow said, "Let's buy that, you should buy that." And I knew just by looking at it that it would be more than $2,000 because Minis hold their value very well. But this was a country, maybe country folk didn't know. We did a U-turn, pulled back. I jumped out and had a look, and the piece of paper stuck to the window of the Mini said $6,800 not registered. A little bit out of my budget. I jumped back in the truck and said, "No, I can't afford that. It's a beautiful little car, but it's outside what I had decided to spend on a car." So we drove along a little bit, and then he said, "What if we go halves in it?" And I laughed. I said, "Well, three and a half grand still outside my budget." He goes, yeah, but we could go halves in it. I'm like, whatever, I was sort of thinking he was being flippant. Anyway, so a few days went by, weekend went by, Sunday rolled around, and I was sitting on the couch as I'm normally sitting on the couch. We have glass doors in the front of the house, and I saw cars come through, but I didn't take any notice at all. And then I saw Willow standing out in the driveway, and he caught my eye and waved me outside. I wasn't sure what he wanted. I didn't budge very quickly, so he became more insistent, and he yelled out, "Come outside, come outside." So I put my laptop to the side, and I got up and went to the door, opened it, took a few steps outside before I realised what was sitting in front of me was a 1975 red Mini Clubman. Bought the car. He said, "You just own half a Mini." This has been the best car ever. It is so much fun to drive. So much fun to drive. It's so low when you pull up at traffic lights, maybe behind a Mazda 3. Their brake lights are right in the same line as my eyes. We are so low. This little car has been lowered, not by us, but by previous ones. So it's even lower than a normal Mini. It goes like the clappers. The only thing it does occasionally is drop its muffler, but it gets screwed back on again. Best car, best car. We've had lots of neat trips, and Sunday drives are our favourite. This weekend, Willow, me, and Jet, who hates the Mini, by the way, jumped into the Mini and drove to Ballarat to see Willow's folks. Willow's parents are just the best people, and they've included me in their lives and in their family life while I have been here, and it's been lovely. I've got to meet Willow's brother Ian, who's very into sticking videos on the sides of cars at the moment, his sister Susan, her partner Jeremy, just the best family. They included me at Christmas time, and it was so touching and moving and lovely to be included in someone else's family in such a warm and generous way. So I drive the Mini every day, drive it to work, to the train station in the morning. From the train station at night, it's always there sitting in the car park waiting for me. I jump in it. It kind of starts mostly every day, except that time it flooded in the train station. But that's an excuse the Mini can have. And then I drive all the way through to Green Gully and then up our wonderful driveway up to our house, and which is getting worse and worse, and really the Mini's going to fall down one of these crevices one day and never fall out, but probably after I've gone. So this drive is the drive that I have at the end of my day that says, "Welcome home, Michelle. This is the best place to live."